So, this video is pretty much not edited, like, minimally. Don't care. Wanted to get it out there. Whatever. Just listen. Enjoy the video. Ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Really?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? On YouTube, it's your boy Sleep. I'm here with the guy Shumo. You wanna say what's up?
What's that?
Alright, today we're going to be talking about whether Overwatch... Well, we're going to be comparing Overwatch and Paladins, because those are the two games that everybody seems to be comparing nowadays. And we're going to see if one is decisively better than the other. And usually, obviously these things will come down to, you know, what you do just prefer. But, you know, we're still going to be looking at both of them, taking away their good and their bad points. You know, things that they both do, and maybe one does it slightly better. But yeah, just to get out of the way now, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it with your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriend from year 3, because, you know, trying to come up, you don't know. You'll also find Shumo's description, you'll also find, one take, I'm doing it again. You'll find Shumo's details. You'll get to see the link to his channel. It's in the description. Hit the subscribe button. So yeah, let's get into it. The first one I guess we'll talk about is Overwatch. So general your general opinion on Overwatch.
Oh, you're asking.
Yes, well, you're the only one in here.
Overwatch. So we both got Overwatch when it launched.
Yep.
On PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. But we kind of lost interest, you know, through whatever other games, whatever.
Naturally.
Yeah. I thought when it came out, it was quite bare bones. So there
wasn't a lot to it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot there, and especially for a full priced game, or, you know, quote unquote $60 game or whatever. Yeah, there wasn't.
Or £40. We're in the UK.
Well, no, if we're in the UK, it's like $49.99.
$49.99, yes, to be exact. But carry on.
But yeah, and yeah, I didn't feel like it was worth
the money we paid.
A full price game.
Yeah.
I would have happily paid £30 for it.
Yeah.
Considering it was online only. There wasn't a lot of modes.
Yeah, right. Then like I think at the time when we got it, there wasn't any 8-way free for all, because that's what the play deathmatch is. There's no 3v3 lockout. There's no 4v4 team eliminations. All we had was the payload.
Yeah, the payload.
Like capture basically the mode where you take over one area and then take over the area after that, or you'd capture a payload and then essentially carry it through certain checkpoints. This is like vanilla Overwatch. Like, this is all it was in the beginning, and, you know, like we said before, the roster was already quite small. I think then it was what, almost 20? I think it was about 20, or was it?
I'm not sure.
A little bit more.
They've only added, I think, 4.
Yeah, they've added Sombra, Orisa,
Doomfist, Ana.
Yeah, and Ana. Or Anya. I'm not sure if it's Anya or Ana, but either way, you know who we're talking about. And that's from launch. They've only added in.
Yeah, they've added in those 4 characters. So yeah. We also didn't have details of any planned content. But then we did get back in with the seasonal stuff. So
yeah,
like the summer games,
the Halloween stuff, which I seriously wanted.
We missed the winter stuff.
Yeah.
I jumped back in with this summer games.
I came in for the butt end of it.
Yeah.
Like, I just about made it in.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll do another Halloween thing.
Yeah.
The Halloween thing was cool. They added a new.
Yeah, they had Halloween. They had Halloween related skins.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was with Reaper. They had the skin with him with a pumpkin head on. That was really cool. I wish I got that. I didn't get a chance to, because I just ended up not getting there. But yeah. So the.
But wait. So.
Go on.
It sounded negative, but I did enjoy Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I'm not even trying to get it twisted. Like, I still, you know, I even play Overwatch even now. You know, I bounce between it and Paladins because, you know, it's one of the things where I do like both of the games, and playing one helps me understand, I suppose, why one game is the way it is, and it also allows for it's just it's a change of pace while still playing the same game, because it's not because some people say they are exact carbon copies, but they do have some of their differences. But yeah, no. Regardless, both get Overwatch, which is what we're talking about now. I enjoy Overwatch. Though pros are so we'll get into like the pros and cons of Overwatch, because every game has its good and bad points. So obviously Overwatch's good points, I think, graphically it looks good.
It looks good, yeah. The art style's good. It's polished. Yeah, graphically I have no complaints.
Also, the fact that you're allowed to change, you're not locked into a character once you play a game. You can change, even going into competitive, you can change your character depending on the situation that you might need it for. Like you're playing, let's say for instance you're playing attack, and I don't know, you decide to pick Tracer for whatever reason, and it turns out that they've got really big heavy guys that because Tracer, she's one of the few characters, and I suppose this is a con, where it's a bit unbalanced, because her full clip will not kill. I don't think it will kill any character. It will kill maybe Diva once she's outside of her mech suit, but other than that, she doesn't have the type of firepower to kill something, to kill any other regular assault.
Yeah, but that's compensated by
her abilities. Yeah, I was gonna say her abilities are very, for some people, annoying, because it makes it very hard to find, even just to locate her, and even when you do find her, she goes gone.
Yeah, but with that being something that you like, the change in heroes, I don't like that. On the other hand,
I say it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those points that goes, it's on the line, because it's good and bad. Because it's good because then it means you can change depending on your situation and in your environment and knowing what you need. But then it's also a bad thing, because then it creates a thought process of, okay, this isn't working, let me just change, rather than actually learning how to potentially use that character in a different way to get to what you need to get to.
Yeah, I lean more on the side of I don't like that option. I prefer that pick who you are.
You pick who you are and you're locked in. Yeah. I do prefer being locked in, but I think having the option there isn't exactly bad, because it is an option. You don't have to do it. I personally don't. If I pick a character, I usually stick with it, unless we are actually getting peppered,
creamed.
Yeah, like if we're actually getting left in a bus up way, that's the only time I'll ever actually change. But I'm also this is probably like this is the last of the good points. Well, the last one.
Discussed one.
Yeah, we have. Graphically nice. So there's graphically nice. There's ability to change characters, and I was gonna say one other thing I do like about it is that it's I like the range of characters. I like their abilities. Their abilities are really cool. So like one of the new characters, Orisa or Orisa, however you want to pronounce it, because I still do not know to this day.
It's Orisa.
Okay, there you go. Orisa, sorry. Yeah, with Orisa, I like all of her abilities. They are all useful, and they all have she is one of probably the best all-round characters. You can use it because you can use it in attack or defense. Because attacking, obviously, you're protecting your guys, and they can do whatever they need to. You can do whatever you need to do to, protect them while they do whatever their abilities are. But also for defense, she can protect everyone. Or not everyone, but like say for instance, the map. I forget the name of it. It's the map that I was just playing today.
The Egyptian one.
Yeah, the Egyptian one. Temple of Anubis. That's the one. When you're defending, if you have like a Bastion, Orisa combo, and Bastion's using his L1 ability to sort of set up shop,
transform,
and then Orisa's shield in front of him.
Yeah, it's
banging.
Good. It works.
Yeah, it's ridiculously good. Like even you and me have done that combo a few times. Just playing just messing around playing casual. It turns out that actually it's a really good combo. surprisingly good. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like it's good for one time. Like, no, it's actually sick. And also her ultimate as well.
Yeah.
Her ultimate help buffs the whole team, and like it buffs their damage
in an area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because you imagine just cross map. But yeah, no. Like her ultimate, like so the shield ability is good. Her ultimate is very good. It's useful, and also the ability where she soaks more damage and outputs more. That obviously is good, but obviously she's slow as hell. It's painful getting around. Unless there's a Lucio about, then it's happy days.
Lucio.
But yeah.
Yeah, I also like the variation of the characters. Like obviously I'm a console only player. And you don't get a ton of class-based shooters.
Yeah.
You've got Battlefield.
Also, anybody, I do have a PC, so sometimes I play Dead by Daylight. Make sure you check out all my old videos. Leave a like.
But yeah, so like you've got Battlefield, which is class-based. I think one of the newer Call of Duties lent towards it a little bit. But yeah, usually you don't get a lot of class-based stuff.
Yeah, it's usually like pick up whatever. It's usually like like Modern Warfare Remastered. You just kind of pick up and go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you choose.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Whereas these ones actually if it's like if you pick a team full of assault characters, but you're supposed to try and hold a point, and the other team decides to actually be tactical about it, have healers, have support characters, have tanks, and they have a variation. It's going to be a long game.
Yeah, it changes your
or a short game depending on how dead you are.
It changes your playstyle, and then you end up kind of having a better time, kind of thing.
Yeah, and also go on.
No, that was it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also think the fact I like the fact that I think you can have parties of 6. I think.
In Overwatch, yeah.
Teams of 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that because it means you can overlap on 2 classes. So you can have if you're defending, you can have and it's effective. You could have up to 3 of one class and then have 1 of the other, so you're not missing out on a class. But obviously, like I said, you can change mid-fight. So if it happens you accidentally pick a character that you didn't want to, you can, as soon as you spawn in, hold X, swap them out, and go back in again. But also, I like the fact that 6. 6, I think, is a good number. 5 is because obviously Paladins does 5, but
yeah.
But I like 6. 6 is good.
Yeah, but see, I'm on the other end. I prefer the 5 because it does make you choose.
It makes you choose way because you don't have that extra cushion of.
You don't have the extra buffer. You can have. Like if you wanted to cover all 4 bases of the subclasses,
you could only have 1 more.
You can only have 1 more.
1 more of something.
Which I think is quite cool because then there's a choice to be made there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever really. But yeah, 6 is fine.
I also like the tiering system. Where it's like it's the same, like it's the normal bronze, gold, bronze, silver. Sorry, I'm thinking of MX 97s. I see you, Leon. So it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, grandmaster. But then this one has yeah. But then they have another one where it's if you're top 500 in your region, which is cool because it just means your levels were in your area. I like that.
You like that?
You like that. Whereas obviously, we're not going to compare yet, not yet at least. But yeah, but they're obviously, like I said, with every game, it has good points and it also has bad points. One of the bad points that I think is most prominent when you're playing the game is that the balancing is a lot more harsh, as in their meta heroes, which is the heroes that usually get used the most, tend to be the ones that are hardest to kill.
That's probably why they were so popular.
But that's what I mean though. That's what I mean. It's not one of those things where with with Paladins. with
Palpatine.
with Paladins, we are, every character, okay, I say every character. Most characters can be killed by any other characters depending on the situation. So, for instance, if, like I was saying, I meant to mention this at a different point in time, but I said that if a Ruckus and a Sky were in an open arena, there's nothing for them to hide behind, and if Ruckus had his back to the wall, in a 1v1, Ruckus would win. I'm convinced it'll be almost a domination.
Say that again, sorry.
So I was saying this is what I'm talking about, balancing. Whereas,
Ruckus has his back against the wall.
If Ruckus's back is against the wall and he's in a let's just say circular because it's the easiest thing. If he was facing like a Sky. Or a Lex, for instance, because Lex right now is the OP hero right now.
So if he's just facing one character
in an open arena,
yep,
I almost feel like Ruckus would win every single time.
Well, yeah, because
that's what this is getting into the balancing because it's what I mean. So now take that same arena, but put places where, a character like Lex or Sky, for instance, would be able to hide. Then it's a different ball game. Because obviously, it's like I said, it's dependent on the environment. Whereas for Overwatch, I feel as though some characters don't care who they go against; they will just win.
Yeah.
Even and the environment doesn't play a massive part.
Yeah, I feel like the balancing is a little bit off.
Yeah, like for me, I think that there's so like for me, I think characters like Orisa should be a lot harder to kill. Just because of she's a support herself. Yeah, because I think their classes they have 4 classes, right? Not 5.
I think so.
4.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they have their assaults, their healers / support because they don't have like just they do have just straight healers.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they have assault, straight healers, tanks, and then support.
Yeah, like the flank.
Yeah. And I feel as though the support, like Orisa, she's, the game I was just playing now, she was very easy to kill.
Yeah.
Granted, I was Reaper.
As Reaper.
Yeah, granted, I was Reaper.
But then
Reaper does output.
Reaper's a damage character.
Yeah, right? He is a damage, yes.
Right, okay.
But I feel as though for those 2 classes, it should be very evenly typed. But like I said, it was a situation of where I did catch them off guard. But even there was one point where I didn't catch them off guard. And I was face to face with them, and I still won like easily. I even went on to kill like two other people. It's that balancing. It's the fact that you can pick if you pick a meta hero, you're almost a shoo-in for doing good. It's like using the soldier. For me, I think if you use the soldier, it's just a cop out. Like you're using something that's easy to use to hide the fact you probably don't actually have that much skill.
Well,
you have to admit, using Soldier 76 does not require
he's
thinking like that.
Easiest to use.
He's him and Victor easiest.
But I think he's there for accessibility.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying he doesn't have a purpose for being there. It is the sort because I think he's the character that people who are coming from the shooters like Battlefield and. If you want to go back that far, like Medal of Honor and like Call of Duty, like people who play shooters, he'd be sort of like their
entry point.
Yeah, it'll be their entry point to sort of then start getting into other characters and be like, oh, he did like this other character did this thing, let me try and use him. So it's not saying that, but for me, if you use them competitively, it's just. And if that's if that's who you main, it is a cop out. You're using them because you're crap.
Dead.
Think about it, like
maybe that's the playstyle that you enjoy the most.
But it's the one that has the least drawbacks.
What do you mean?
So think about it. If this is with Victor, and Soldier 76. You know, they both have unlimited sprints. Victor can aim down the sights. I'm pretty sure Soldier 76 can't. Soldier 76's ultimate is mad. It's just aimbot.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that, and you know, he's got the rocket launch. Soldier 76 has got the rocket launchers. I'm not sure if he has a grenade.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
The Helix grenade.
Yeah. So, no, that's the rocket launchers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
Yeah.
a grenade launcher or whatever.
Yeah. But I wasn't sure if he had like a regular grenade, and he's got the healing.
The healing
post.
Yeah, the healing area.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's the fact he's got the least. I mean, I understand it's an entry point, but I almost think it's a bit. It's fact like the sprint doesn't have a cooldown, and the cooldowns for the rest of them aren't that long. It's like, it's almost unfair how easy it is to use him. But I still stand by what I say. If you use them competitively, you can't be like shooters are. You just are where shooters are at.
But he's also not that hard to kill as well. Like he's got the same.
I suppose he's not crazy hard to kill.
He's got the same health as, you know, most of the other damage characters, which is like 200.
Yeah, 200 or 250. No, Reaper has 250. But the thing is, as well, another thing that I'm kind of nah about is that I haven't, at least on the game, it doesn't tell you how much damage everything actually does. Like, it doesn't give you information. That's one thing that bugs me, because I can obviously with Paladins, you can take a character like Lex, you can see how much damage he does, and you can work out on average how much damage he does per second, basically. And I like that, because then I'd like to know how much damage I roughly have to do to somebody to kill them.
Yeah.
Because innately you know how much health somebody must roughly have. Like, obviously Ruckus has what, 4,000 something.
4,400.
Yeah. Most of the damaged characters have around the 2,000 mark. Some of the flanks have around the 2,000 mark. But yeah, like,
yeah, it's good to know, because then you
it's
know when
always
you're
good to
going
know.
into a
Like,
battle.
that's another bad thing. The lack of information on damage that characters can do, because I think it's useful, especially when you're trying to reach that point of, you know, it's not just about, you know, for some people, you know, it's still about fun, but you want to have serious fun with it too. Like, I don't know, like when I play competitive, I get frustrated, but it's like, it's good because
nobody likes losing, innit?
Yeah, no one ever likes losing, but yeah, it's I think having that sort of information available to you, in game as well, is really helpful, because it can make you think, okay, he does this, he's able to do this, and this will help my team in this many ways. Let me jump into casual, learn how to play him first, and then bring him to competitive, or her, because it can be either way. It's 2017. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, cause, you know, like I said, the information is what sets people from playing just casual to doing competitive also. Another thing is, I think this is one of your points, that money, other than the credits, are harder to obtain, because you get them in such little bits.
Well, I was literally about to talk about this. The whole, like, loot box system and all of that. Obviously, I know it's all cosmetic stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, to add
It all makes the game. It makes the game. It's part of it.
It adds to your experience or whatever. So, my point was, to my knowledge, the only way you can get the credits to buy your skins or unlock skins is either through loot boxes or by paying for loot boxes. or I'm not sure if they have an option for you to buy credits. But yeah, to me, that system is quite annoying because it's hard to get a lot of credits.
Yeah, and a lot of credits fast. Well, not even fast, but just a lot in one go.
So put it this way, I'm level 24,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't broken 1,000 yet.
Mm.
And the more premium skins cost 1,000 for one character.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because I managed to get a loot box that had like 500 credits in it.
Yeah.
Because I just happened to get lucky.
It's just pure luck.
So then that put me over 1,000, and and the thing is, if I didn't, I would have had by now maybe like 6.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's one of those things where what you would like your character to look different from other characters.
Yeah.
And you'd like to have it be one of those things where if you play long enough and hard enough, and you want to be rewarded.
Which I understand. Obviously, they want to, they want to monetize their audience. They want to,
make money.
Yeah, like they've got 30 million players or whatever. They want to make more money off their game, whatever. But I think I would be more okay with that if your entrance price wasn't so high.
Yeah.
Because what is there doesn't equate a full price game to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Especially when we first got it. Yes, the updates happened, and yes, there's more content.
Now,
and yes, the game ended up being a lot better with updates, making characters slightly more balanced and stuff. But we were talking about when we first got the game, when we first had it, and it was not
finished product.
The product that they released. Remember, not beta, not alpha, none of that. It was released. What we paid, we did not get enough game. If we paid what we paid back then, and got what we got now, no complaints. Except for no complaints as in the sense of, I'd be like, okay, there's a lot of content. It still has issues, but we have more content. Like I would have felt like my money would have gone further because I had more game modes. Like obviously, the credits thing is still a thing.
And this was the same thing I had with Star Wars Battlefront. Like, that was a full-priced game, and when it came out, there just wasn't full-priced content there.
Yeah, for real.
Because one, it was multiplayer only. They didn't have the space battles, and they didn't have all this extra stuff that's on the season pass, which fleshes it out. In comparison to when the last time they came out, there was loads of content. And it was just a lot better. It's just, I don't know, it's just the way the games industry is now.
Yeah, just release a half-finished product and then charge people for the rest of it later on.
Yeah, nickel and dime.
Destiny. I'm so mad about Destiny. I pray Destiny 2's good. I want it to be good. I want Destiny 2 to be good. But we're not here to talk about Destiny. We're here to talk about Overwatch and Paladins. Now, move on to our next topic. We're going to talk about Paladins. First initial views on Paladins. Paladins is so much fun. I have so much fun playing Paladins. Like with Overwatch, Overwatch almost has a more serious feel to it.
Yeah, and I noticed that when we tried to jump back into it recently. So what happened was the last time we had played it was Halloween time, and then we hadn't played it until a few weeks ago. And getting back into Overwatch was very difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm not precisely sure why. Probably skill level overall had gone up. Obviously, more people. That's naturally going to happen. But yeah, it just felt like you had to learn the game again, kind of thing. So it was a bit difficult getting back into. But starting Paladins, so we started Paladins like a month ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Starting Paladins.
Already platinum. Done though.
Done. Platinum 3A or what?
Platinum 5. La 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 la.
But it was very accessible. It was very easy to learn the characters. It
was, especially because it explains exactly what they do, how long they do it for. So it explains the action. The thing is, it goes even further. It goes to explain the action and what they actually do when it happens. They say how much damage or how much healing or how much poison or how much slow it's going to do, and for how long.
Yeah.
Because everything is so self-explanatory, you can see whether it's something that caters to how you like to play, and then you just hop into casual, jump into casual, practice your character. Like recently, I've been playing Bomb King. I've been having fun with Bomb King. Bomb King. It's funny. Bomb King is good.
But yeah, so the barrier to entry is a lot lower.
Yeah. But I feel as though the skill level plateaus a lot nicer as well. Like so, like it's you can reach higher points faster, maybe. Because think about it. We think about it, like you said, we've only been playing the game what, a month, and we've already got up to level whatever, level 15.
Yeah.
Already done have our 12 characters, finished our placements for competitive, and we're both in platinum.
Yeah, but I also think that might be a skill level thing as well, though. I feel like the overall skill level on Paladins is lower.
Yeah.
And that's because it's kind of, well, on PS4 anyway.
Yeah, console, by the way, we're talking about.
It's a younger game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a massive player base. I think.
It's definitely not huge.
I think maybe on, I can't remember where I read it. I think maybe on Steam or something, it averages around a few tens of thousands of concurrent players. So I think that all adds into it.
Yeah.
But saying that, we were all able to. So we had a team of 5. We're all able to jump in. We're all able to have a good time with it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, what was the?
Sorry, this is my cue. Sorry. Yes. So obviously those were our initial thoughts on it. So like we did with Overwatch, we're going to talk about the pros and we're going to talk about the cons. One of the pros, and there's a lot of pros because the game's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's just automatically the thing. It's fun. Like I played the game either yesterday. I did a stream on it. You all can go check it out. I had as much fun then as go look at my episodes. We're on episode out of my Paladins playlist. I must be on like what, the 11th stream. If you go to the first one, you can see I've had just as much fun, just as much. It hasn't gotten any lower. It's always been fun. But one of the pros is the deep roster. They have a lot more characters than, well, not a lot more, but they definitely have more characters than Overwatch does.
Yeah, I think they're on 31.
31 currently, yes.
Yeah.
As of the release of Strix. But yeah, the roster is deeper. That means enough characters for your head top. There's a lot more characters to choose from. It has obviously, the entry level soldier, which is Victor.
Mm-hmm.
But also it has you've got more than just that. You've got Victor. You've got snipers. Obviously in Overwatch you have snipers as well, but in Paladins you have damage snipers, not just flank snipers basically. Because Black Widowmaker is pretty much, that whole group is kind of. Wait, no, she's not flank. She is damage. Is she? No.
I thought she was in the second lot.
Well, flank-ish. Because the thing is, Bastion's there.
Yeah, and he's that as well.
It's not a flank. He's not.
No, but they don't call it flank. I don't know. I guess it's tactical or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. So, we've just found out she's in the sort of like the second region, which is sort of like the sort of tactically not useful, but you know what I mean, like the tactical heroes. Like they all have these abilities that can really be able to change a game. But yeah, so. You've got you've got snipers in the actual damage as well. You have your flanks, so these are usually the characters that are kind of squishy, but can output a lot of damage very fast and can escape situations very well. You've got your support characters, which are sort of your tanks, and you've got your healers. So pretty much the same setup as Overwatch, but with one or two more characters in each of the sections.
Right. So just to clarify, what we have is the offense, defense, tank, and support.
Okay.
That's what it is in Overwatch.
Yeah.
So Widow is a defense character.
Yes. Another good thing is the character balancing. You can go toe to toe with almost any character and probably end up on top if you're good enough. I honestly, well, almost every character. There are some characters in Paladins which I believe are, you know, crap.
No, alright, let me stop you here, because I don't agree with this, because I feel like that is the balancing at work. The fact that you do need to tactically take out certain people in a certain way.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, damage character versus damage character, you're on an equal setting kind of thing. Damage character versus flank character, flanks can get the better of you, but you can also get the better of them.
It's a game of rock, paper, scissors, basically.
Yeah. Damage character versus frontliner. They're going to have a really hard time because of the health.
So this is what I was saying. Like, you can, like, if you, depending on, like, no matter who you are, there are ways you can end up on top. But it's not in the sense of it's overpowering like Overwatch is.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That's my bad. I didn't quite explain what I said. Now I'm thinking about it, did seem a bit nah. But yeah, it's one of the things where, you know, it is a game of rock paper scissors, and it feels like, you know, the way characters should and usually do get killed is correct. Granted, you know, obviously you're not saying it's impossible for a healer to kill. It's not impossible for a healer to kill a damage character. I'm not saying that's impossible, because it's perfectly possible, especially if that healer happens to be Janos, for instance. Because Janos is, at the moment, he is getting enough, but he is extremely strong. He's very good at healing. He's very good at dealing out damage. He's a problem altogether. But like I said, you can, like, you know, for the most part, everything does work out how you would imagine it would, but not all the time, because of the balancing and the way that, you know,
it seems a lot more fair.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where, you know, I could be at super low health, but a certain character will take a lot longer to kill me, like Grok, because Grok doesn't deal crazy damage like that. But, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, he is very, like, even on a low health, he is killable, but he still could kill you.
Yeah.
Another thing, and this is getting into more of their character system, it is the card system. You can have loadouts for your character to change slightly how they play. Now, me personally, I think this sets it above Overwatch because it's so different. And, well, different in the sense of, because, you know, these are two first person MOBAs. And, you know, I like the fact of, you know, for each of the skills that each character has, I can make one slightly more prominent than the others because I find it more useful, because I use it more often. So, for instance, with Lex, I don't usually have any loadouts that have anything to do with his retribution target skill, because I don't use it, because you know, you kill the retribution basically is a skill where you have a character on the opposite team and there's a bounty on their head, and you get credits, which we'll talk about this in a second, which goes into buying perks mid game. Now, with that particular skill, I don't use it like that, so I don't have any loadouts that make it very beneficial for me to use, because for me, I don't really use it like that, you know, because you can get health back for killing your target. You can speed up when you're getting close to your target. Your target gets revealed at a further distance to you, obviously not to other people. And you know, so I focus mostly on his in pursuit skill, which is when he does like a 8 to 10 burst of his bullets, and he'll just be firing, and it will just basically auto aim at the person who's closest that you're looking at, and his combat slide. other than those, and then you can use weapon and armor. Those are a thing of their own, which obviously it makes sense to put stuff in those. But you can see where my focus is, and it doesn't make it redundant. But I don't. It's one of those things where my other skills can be better because I don't really care for this other one, because it doesn't, for me, it doesn't change the game like that. So for me, the card system is amazing. It's just sick.
I enjoy the card system too. It adds another layer of just strategy and playstyle that Overwatch doesn't give you. But to play devil's advocate or whatever, with Overwatch, it means you're all equal.
True.
So your Genji and my Genji will be the same.
Yeah. So it just happens if we fire at each other exactly the same time and did all the exact same things, we would die at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Whereas the card system though isn't what plays into that massively. That's the perks, which we're getting into now. So obviously, as you play the game, you do things throughout the game. So killing enemies, healing people, shielding people, and being on top of the objectives. You get credits where you can go back to your base, or when you die, you obviously respawn, and you can buy perks. So you have perks that basically will nerf the amount of damage you take, and it's but you can only buy one. So it's not anything like you can buy all of them and be unstoppable. Basically, like you have to pick and choose depending on your opponents. So usually, if you're playing against a Bomb King and a Drogos and what's another character that uses explosives? Bomb King, Drogos, whoever in it. Like, if you go, you can buy a perk to take less damage from explosives, but you can also have a perk that takes less damage from bullets or direct attacks, as it states, and it does it in percentages. And there's for each of these perks there's 3 levels. So there's 3 levels to it, and it's not one of those things where it's like like 25, 50, and then 75. It's like really small increments, which is like it's 7, then
14.
7, 14, and then 21. I think
for the bullet damage one.
Yeah. And there's obviously life, and there's obviously gaining life. So there's receiving more healing.
Yeah, there's movement speed buffs.
There's a whole bunch of different buffs, like
cooldown.
All the buffs that you can think of that you probably would need. They do that. Like you get them for a whole bunch of things. So to me, it makes it. This is where, when you were saying how you were saying just now about
equal platform.
Yeah, the equal platform. This is what I believe evens it out. Because if you're a character that, like, if you're a flank, you are squishy. Against the damage character, you'd usually probably lose, depending on if you got them head on. Getting Haven means that you're harder to kill, which means that at least your health in when you sort of want to chop it up is getting to that similar point, because then you're both equally hard to kill. But luckily, in the way the game works, you can't buff damage. That's the only thing I think the perks don't do. They don't buff your damage.
Yeah, it doesn't buff your damage.
Obviously, it increases, like, so the most you can do is make yourself harder to kill, make your movement faster or your cooldowns faster.
Yeah, your reload speed. The damage
you can deal to shields or deployables, which is basically most characters. I think the only things that do deployables are Inara and Barrack.
Yeah, also reducing the effect of
healing. Yeah.
Also your ultimate cooldown.
Cooldowns.
Or up. Whatever.
Cooldown, yeah. Your cooldown is faster. And your build, you build faster. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, you build your ultimate faster.
But yeah, so there are factors. I understand what you're saying, that it was slightly uneven, but this is what evens it out.
No, yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying it makes it perfect, because I understand what you're saying. Overwatch means it's like you pick a character, that's what you get.
you know what you.
Whereas this one, you can have what you got, but you can make slight tweaks to it to make yourself better.
Mm.
But remember, they can also buy it too.
Yeah, but so I like it in this game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, I was just making the point of.
Oh yeah, I understand.
You pick a character, you know what you're getting with that character.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like you were saying, there is positives to having this system, and it seems to work, because you do see like a noticeable difference during the game, and you are rewarded by so the 4 classes, they earn credits better through what you're doing.
Yeah.
So frontliners, for example, will earn more credits on being on the payload or on the objective, because that is what their class is designed to do.
Yeah.
Damage characters will earn more credits by dealing damage.
Yeah.
Etc. So it does reward you for playing your role.
Yeah.
And so it encourages, more strategic play. So yeah.
That's what I was gonna say as well. The atmosphere that Paladins gives, it's one where, it's very role oriented. Like Overwatch is also, but I feel as though Paladins makes it kind of more fun, because to be fair though, I do not play healer very often, but that's just because I've never liked being a healer. That's just my personal place, that I like doing stuff.
But I
than
prefer the healers in this.
Yeah,
Yeah. Overwatch, because Overwatch,
the main healer is Mercy.
The healer's there. It's just like your literal job is to just heal everyone.
Yeah.
Which I understand. That's the point of the class. But
it means in combat they're like Mercy is so squishy.
But
what does she have, like 100 health, 150?
I don't know. But in Paladins, if you're a healer, you're a bit more diverse. Granted, they haven't got the balance in 100% correct.
But it's still good. Like Grover is good, because Grover can, obviously he's got his axe.
Yeah.
The axe is good. But
Yeah.
they need to make it like it's so OP.
The hitbox is
7 feet wide.
yeah, they need to reduce that a bit. And Genos, for example, he outputs a lot of damage.
For being a healer.
He's basically a damage character.
That can heal himself.
And that's kind of the same with Ceres as well.
Ceres is easier, but the reason why she's harder to kill is because her healing is so good.
Yeah, because she can heal herself quite well.
Because obviously she needs to get 4 of those orbs on you, and then just goes, just sucks your life dry.
But yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, the cards and the perks, good and bad, but way more good than bad. Way more good than bad.
We're going to talk about the horses.
Yes, we're about to talk about the 316 horses. Q316 horse. Get down there. Yeah, the pure fact that they have horses at the start and respawn just makes getting into the action so much better.
Yeah.
That's one thing that genuinely, I think, even it's something so minor but has such a big effect.
Yeah,
it's so minor.
Are very useful. Just the fact that you can get to where you're going as fast as possible, so you get the chance to get to where you're going as fast as possible. Once you get hit or you press fire or whatever, you get dropped off this horse.
Yeah.
It's just a little quality of life thing.
Yeah.
It's just because nobody likes lugging all the way.
Yeah, it's like in Overwatch when you die. It's not the fact. The only reason why I'm more annoyed about when I die is not because I died. I died. But it's the fact of I have to go and pretty much walk all the way back to where I came.
Yeah.
Long.
It makes the game a bit more fast paced.
Yeah.
Which is good.
There's even a perk where you can actually ride to places faster, so get back into the action. One other thing is the daily bonuses. That is it's a good thing. Makes you want to come back because you get stuff. But it's mostly, but the thing I feel as though they need to be a bit more frugal, maybe. Yeah, they need to be more free with their chests. I think because with Overwatch, I get more chests. I get chests very often. Whereas in Paladins, it's slightly more spaced apart from when I get one to the next one.
Right, but then you have to preface this with Paladins at the moment is a free game.
Yes, that is the very thing that completely went over my head that I was going to mention.
Yeah.
We get all of this good stuff, and the game is free. Like, you can go out right now. If you don't have it, I highly recommend that you do. Go out, buy a PlayStation. If you already have a PlayStation and you don't have Paladins, check it out. Because if you've played Overwatch, you will probably end up liking Paladins. Like I said, this is a matter that is subjective. So, you know, my opinions and your opinions may not line up, but you know, you'll never know unless you try. But I would definitely go out and get Paladin and go at least, if you haven't tried it yet, try it. It genuinely is good, especially because it's free.
So yeah.
This is why I think a lot of the things that I probably end up mentioning on the cons list, it's kind of gets a pass because it's free.
Yeah, so because it's free, you get a great amount of value for nothing.
Yeah.
You can unlock all characters just by playing the game, which is good. You do have the option to buy all characters and future characters.
$15.99
for about $15.99 in Great British pounds.
I don't know how much that's in US dollars. Probably about 20.
It's probably $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they also refund any in-game credits
that you've used to buy
characters thus far. So
the Founders Pack.
Yeah, so you can use that gold to buy chests.
Yeah.
Or skins or whatever.
Yeah. Because I recently did a thing on my last stream. I managed to get up to platinum. I bought the Obsidian skin for Lex. So if you want to see that, check out my last stream. You don't know. Carry on.
But because it's free, that's where they will push microtransactions.
Yeah.
The hardest.
Mm.
So they want you
to buy crystals.
They want you to buy chests.
Mm. They want you to buy crystals to buy chests.
Because obviously they're in it to make money, obviously.
Yeah, and we have to remember the people who made Overwatch is Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard is a huge machine.
It's a giant, like, obviously they've got all, like, World of Warcraft, they have
Diablo.
They have a lot underneath their belt. Whereas High Res, their notable things are Smite.
And there was another one, but I can't remember it.
See, there you go. So practically Smite. But yeah, so you have to remember they will both, like, both of these games will handle things differently because of the fact of the size of their teams. Obviously, Blizzard is massive. They don't need microtransactions. They can just kind of, you know, tough stuff out. Like, I've got a bunch of different skins. Like, I'm pretty sure on Paladins I have skins for Ruckus because they were 1 gold each.
Mm.
I have the Obsidian Lex skin, which was 20,000 coins.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a weapon skin for Kinessa. And I think that's probably about it. I don't think I have much else. Oh, I have Bomb King's Biz King suit. It's got a real sweet money cape.
Yeah, and you've got the Drogos one.
And the Drogos one because I made it into was it for making it into gold or was it making it into competitive?
Gold 5.
Yeah, there you go. Because when I was qualifying, I went straight to gold 2. But yeah, so, you know, I understand the fact they do have to have microtransactions, but the thing is, I'm a lot more inclined to do the microtransactions for Paladins than I am Overwatch because I didn't pay for the game.
You've already paid your entrance basically, and you've paid a full price game. You don't want to then have to spend whatever.
Yeah. Whereas with Paladins, I'm like, you know, I actually might buy crystals just because, you know,
we've got a lot out of it. We've played 2 days plus or whatever.
Yeah, like we've logged in a lot of in-game time in the past month.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not egregious.
Yeah.
then texting me.
Like, if it's not one of those things where we're thinking, oh man, microtransactions, where we're like, oh, you know what, actually, seeing as I didn't pay for the game and I've got it for free, I'm more inclined to.
Yeah, that's the same with like the PlayStation Plus games or whatever when they come out. Because I get it for free, I'm more inclined to buy like the season pass or whatever to support the game and to unlock more content or whatever.
Yeah. Which is why I'm tempted to actually, I've been tempted to buy the Founders Pack and put money in to get crystals, purely because of the fact that I'm just like, okay, even after I put money into it, I get stuff back out. Like, you get a, do you get a new mount? It doesn't even matter if you get a new mount or not, I don't care like that. But it's like you get 10 Radiant chests, you get all the characters unlocked, plus future characters as well, and they refund you all of the gold that you've spent on characters. And obviously, if you've played the game and you're in competitive, you would have had to at least have spent a minimum of 20k.
Yeah, well, I think last time I checked, it said they would refund 70,000 gold.
Yeah, because it's how much you've spent
How much
on
I've spent on
champions.
characters.
Yeah, because I've bought, other than the the characters I've ended up buying, I've bought Lex, I've bought Bomb King, I've recently bought Strix, I bought Meave. I haven't bought Terrence. Who else did I buy? That's 4. Well, there's one more who I bought. Lex, May, Strix. No. Lex, Strix, May, Bomb King.
Bomb King.
Bomb King. Who else did I buy? Not Androxus.
Yes, you did.
Androxus wasn't free. Mad Androxus. Allow it. Yeah, there you go. So those are 5 characters I've bought. So any gold that I spent on those 5 characters, I'd end up getting back, and I'd end up getting 10 Radiant chests, which would then, because I've got a lot of cards, so it would mean that I'd end up getting probably a lot of essence back from that. Also, another good thing is they give you coins every game you finish, so you can spend them on stuff. How sick is that? I don't have to wait for a Radiant chest to get coins. I just earn them because I earned them. Like, you shouldn't get essentially, like, what do you get if you win, if you play a game of Overwatch apart from experience? like every time you level up, I think. Even not every time. Like, sometimes. But yeah, it's one of those things where things are handed out a lot more freely, which encourages you to play a lot more as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's got its bad points. So, the one thing that bugs me, I think, probably the most when in game is the fact there's no melee. I cannot tell you how many times I've been spamming R3 thinking I'm gonna melee, but it doesn't happen. Why? There ain't one. Paladins need a melee.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Need a melee.
Is there a melee in Overwatch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No melee in Paladins. Paladins. High res. Yo, please give me a melee. One other thing. The cost of the skins. These skins are absurdly priced.
Yes. But
like we said,
that
free game.
Because it's a free game. They want to make money. They want to encourage you to buy their real money thing. The crystals.
But like we said, but even still, it's something that we can gripe about. Skins are very expensive.
And the ones that require gold, you can get to.
Yes, they are doable. Like I said,
But
Obsidian Lex. I had to get to level 10 with the character, and then I ended up actually spending about 20k on it.
But yeah, there are certain skins that they have that are only purchasable by crystals. So for example, Ruckus's Starslayer skin.
You really want that skin, don't you?
It's like 600 crystals or something like that.
You really want it, don't you?
I do want it, but I'm not going to spend £6.50 just for one skin.
Yeah.
like
I'd expect to get a few skins out of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Also, was some of the menu bugs and the friends listing. It's real hard to sometimes link up with people. We got people like Gary. If anybody who's been on my stream, Gary, flipping nuisance. Trying to get him into anything is just so hard.
But yeah, that's really annoying. The menu bugs, the matchmaking stuff, and the friend.
Yeah, like the friends list.
The friends list
Like
bug.
even when you go into the friends list, it ticks as if you're scrolling bare. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So annoying.
Mm.
Oh, it jars my soul.
Yeah, and also like certain UI things, like the selection thing where the border is white and it doesn't like.
Yeah, you can't.
It doesn't like zoom or anything, so
Yeah.
you can see what you're actually
Yeah,
picking.
this is usually
kind of guessworking.
Yeah, this is when you're playing casual and you want to choose between payload, siege, or onslaught. Yeah.
It's just a bit difficult to see what you're
Also, I
picking.
guess another bad thing is the fact they don't have more game modes like the whole free for all deathmatch type of thing, or like a 3v3 type of thing.
Yeah.
They don't have a thing of.
I'm sure they
extra maps.
will. So.
Oh yeah, remember this game is in beta.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. We have to preface this with as well. This is still a beta. They haven't launched yet.
Yeah.
Like officially, this is still an open beta. And from what I've seen, long before we ever touched it, the game has gone through major changes. Like the maps used to be huge. Like that Jaguar formats or whatever, there was like a whole forest and a whole castle to explore, all of that. Just for like the same game mode kind of thing. So it's a good thing that they've chopped the maps down.
Yeah, because it didn't need to be that big.
Yeah, and just the way the game was played was just very different.
Yeah.
They even had different modes. They had like a survival mode, where it was like basically last man standing kind of thing, which isn't there now, which I'm not sure why, but obviously.
Yeah, because I was going to say that achievement that they have where you have to be the last person alive.
Oh yeah, that's impossible to do. Like regularly now.
Yeah, like you'd have to have like a 10-man squad.
The only way you can do it is unless you set it up, or the opposite team kills everyone on your team except for you, and then you kill everyone on their team within that
time. Yeah, you'd everyone have to die over and over, because sometimes when you first die, the respawn time is actually quite short.
Yeah.
It's like 3 seconds, so everyone would have to die multiple times and then actually execute that.
But that's just a small thing. But again, it's still a beta.
Yeah. Things are not polished. Like they might even end up watching this and actually being all like, okay, they have a point. But for them, there's room for improvement. They could add an update 59. Probably 60, because that's probably how long it will take them to get there. But like we said, it's a beta, and even still, they're actually outputting updates for the game pretty quick.
Yeah.
They've been on it.
We'll have a better game.
Yeah. So while we've been playing, they're on the
wait another 10 years
update.
to get into another
Yes.
game.
Yeah, and that's like a month.
Yeah, so it's not bad. Also, the fact that another bad thing is we can't get crystals
Do I even want to look
from playing the game. We have to be on the game for a week solid.
There is a way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's that, and there is a way in competitive to earn crystals. I just don't really understand it.
What is the way? Because this is what somebody else told me, and
I don't know. It says it on one of the pages, and it says something about. I don't know what it says, but it's very confusing. It's something between tiers or something. I don't know how to do it.
Between tiers.
I don't know, maybe, but yeah, I don't understand it. But there is a way to earn a certain amount.
Hello.
Oh, hi Sam, hi. I know you had company.
Yeah.
No. Are you chatting or talking on the phone? Hi.
No, recording. I'm doing a video. It's fine. I can edit this out. You okay? How's what?
Not too bad, not too bad. What's if you get some section move catch with Scar, please?
Oh, I don't know while I'm here. While I'm
When you
distracted.
finish, it just spark back, it's blocking like 2 spaces.
They'll wait till the very
Maybe
last
park it
second.
on the thing so people could get the same.
No.
Tomato. Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. I've eaten everything.
Eat everything. Well then nothing.
Okay, ducks. Cha. Okay, where were we? Yeah, crystals being earned. The nobody seems to know how to actually earn the mid game. Oh, sorry, not mid game. In game. It's all very much like, oh, you can do it by doing this. Like, can you? Well, I don't know. So, look at me. But yeah, no clear way of
Alright,
earning crystals for the most
well,
part.
let's get a bit
Just seems like you can
Fence
only get them
guy.
by being in the game
I don't think they're
for a
gonna
week
fence
solid.
guy.
Another thing
I
is,
don't think they're gonna
if
fence
you're
guy.
not ready,
I'll
the
keep
game
that
should
because
auto pick a
if we
hero
don't
if
get-
you're
we
already
don't-
in,
we
rather
don't
than
fence
actually
them, they get first
cutting the
pick.
lobby and having to search for people again and all of this nonsense. For me, it should almost be, it's not exactly a punishment,
I don't know about
but
that.
it should obviously pick somebody who you've unlocked and auto pick them for you. So,
Yeah.
because obviously for competitive, it already takes so long to find a game, and once you eventually find something, the last thing you want to do is end up it being taking way too long. Like even still, you should be able to hover over a character and then leave it if you if you had to get up and go somewhere like real quick or whatever. You should hover over a character so you can like pre-select characters, or you can have even automatic characters that will pick. So you can tell the game, okay, if I don't pick, this is who I want, and if this person's taken, then pick this person, or if this person's taken, then pick this person. I think that would be a good thing because it takes literally in some of my videos I'm waiting like 10 minutes for a lobby.
Mm.
Auto picking a hero would save a lot of time, and you know it could almost serve up equally as a punishment.
Yeah, the deserter bugs are
Yeah.
quite annoying.
Yeah, even sometimes you can't actually navigate the character.
And sometimes the character select scheme will lock up, and you can't even choose a character
Yeah.
that you want to, other than the first one
Mm.
that's highlighted. But again, that's just UI stuff that they need to fix.
That was so jarring. But yeah,
What I did want to do was compare their
Shout out Baylog.
competitors.
you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, so those are each of the games separate things that don't really have much to do with each other. So when you come into comparing both of them, so we've already looked at what makes them different. So you see this, that, and you see how each of them is different. You know, they play different. They're the things that you interact with, which is like the menus and their stores. They all interact different. They all have their quirks. Now, when it comes down to competitive mode, this is where things, for me, get different in the sense of this is where they are trying to have a very clear separation. Well, okay, not a clear separation, but they're doing things. It's very obvious that Paladins is doing something. It's just something that's different. To put it very simply, it's something that is different. So, with Paladins competitive mode, you are not allowed to have the same hero. Like, for starters, both teams, so like your team and the enemy team, are displayed on the same screen, and you can see what character your other team is picking.
Yeah, so you take turns in picking
So the
a
way
character.
it goes, it usually is
The
first
higher
team
rank.
bans, and then the second team bans, and then the first team pick, and then the second two pick, and then the second and third on the other team pick, so on and so forth. I'll probably put a video, quick image or whatever of how it's all set up and everything like that.
Yeah, so you get the chance to. So basically, the order is whoever's ranked the highest. So out of our group, I'm ranked the highest. So more times than not, I'm the one that gets to ban and pick either first or second. So you get the chance to ban a character from the game, and so does the other team. So for example,
The usual mix is
If you-
Sky and Torvald. That's very
yeah. If I don't like fighting Genos, I can say, all right, we're banning Genos from this game. That means nobody out of those 10 slots, 5 on each side, can pick Genos, and then they get a chance to ban a character as well. So 2 characters get banned for every competitive game, and then you take turns in picking your characters, and you're only allowed 1 character
in game
on either team.
and you see which
So you
character
couldn't
pick.
have 2 Ruckuses, you couldn't have 2 Tyrers, you couldn't have 2 Victors. You're only allowed 1. So if somebody picks it, that's it for the whole game. That's the person. That's the only
Yeah,
person.
whereas
that gets
obviously
to lead.
Overwatch, you can have 2 tracers, 2
Yeah,
reapers.
So
2
Overwatch works differently in that it's pretty much exactly the same as casual. You can change hero mid game, and yeah, that
Yeah, it does. It does. The way it works, it doesn't differ.
yeah, it's exactly.
Obviously,
the
you can't have 2 of the same character on the same team. I don't think any game is usually like that when it comes to these type of things. But yeah, so you can. Yeah, there is a clear difference. They want you to know that there is a difference, and there is a much more professional. Well, I say professional, but there is a much more serious aspect in competitive. They let you know, boom, you can only have one of these characters is allowed in the game, and that's it. And you get to ban somebody too. It's a lot more. It's competitive mode seems to take itself a little bit more seriously.
Yeah, which is strange because
It's a much smaller following. It's
well,
much-
not even that. It's just playing Paladins has an air of less seriousness.
yeah, it's a lot more. Like we said, we have fun playing it.
That's
But
not to say I
but-
don't have fun with
oh,
Overwatch.
yeah. Oh yeah, no,
But
I'm not saying that.
Overwatch will enrage me.
Yeah, like I will get mad, but I will genuinely rage out playing Overwatch. Whereas with Paladins, I'm a lot less prone to it. Like usually it's down to who people pick is the main reason why I get annoyed in Paladins, because some people will see that we've picked a flank and a support, and they'll see that. And usually our setup is we always like to have 2 supports, because for us 2 supports seems to be the thing that works.
Yeah. Well, frontline. So support.
Frontline, sorry,
in-
yeah.
Support in Paladins is healers. Frontline is the tank heroes.
Yeah.
So we like to usually have, if we've got a team of 5, we like to usually have 2
two front lines,
2 frontliners,
a flank, a damage, and a healer.
yes,
support.
and a support. Yeah.
That's the way we. There have been games where we have had 2 front lines and 3 flanks.
Yeah, and just got destroyed.
Yeah, like this matters who you pick and why.
But I actually prefer that, like the set rules or whatever.
Yeah.
For it, because it does make it more competitive and it does make it more fair.
Yeah, but like I said, it definitely, there's the thing. It makes it seem like that's the thing. Like the competitive mode takes itself surprisingly seriously, which is a good thing. But yeah. Any final thoughts on either one? Which one you prefer?
So, as a whole, I think I prefer Paladins because of the lower barriers to entry. Because of the general feel of the game. It feels a little bit more fun. It feels a little less serious, and it just does things kind of right for me. It's quite satisfying. The card system, the credit system, like of the in-game perks, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like Overwatch. I enjoy playing that as well. But I don't see myself getting like super into it like a lot of these other people. But yeah, but what I will say is that's how Paladins is right now. It hasn't officially launched, and we don't know how it might change going forward. So we've had major character changes, but they've changed like abilities.
There's even more characters changes coming now.
Yeah, and they've changed like abilities. So like Ruckus's missile launcher is a new ability.
Yeah, it doesn't. It was a thing where he gave
was
shield
a-
out to everyone.
Yeah, it was like a shared shield, which they took away. So it changes aspects of the game. Obviously, Overwatch does that in patches too. I think they're about to do that with Diva and Mercy, with their changing their abilities and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, we don't know how this game is going to change and actually what it's going to become when it officially launches.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. I'm in the same boat as you. As I enjoy both, love playing both, but I will always prefer to play Paladins. For me personally, because I enjoy it more. It's something where it's a lot, it's like I said, it's a lot of the things that make it good. It's the balancing, it's the horses. Like playing it seems like less of a draw, and it takes itself even the competitive mode, despite it being serious, doesn't take itself seriously, and it's a lot of fun. The characters are a lot more funny. They all have their little quirks to them. And for me personally, I feel as though Paladins could be, once it launches and once it goes through as many the updates and everything that it's going to have to go through. I think it's going to be a much more solid game and a lot more fun. Personally, I'm excited to see where Paladins is going to end up, and I'm going to hopefully things won't happen and I won't lose my lose my PlayStation or whatever. But it's one of the things I want to still keep up to date with it and see it progress and see where the changes go, and wait for them to keep making a better, more quality finished product at the end of it. So I'm excited. But forget all of that. We want to hear what you have to say. So if any of you have any comments that you want to leave for us, leave them in the comment section below. I will definitely attempt to reply to all of them, as many as I can, depending on how many I get. But yeah, like I said at the very beginning, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I am SleeplessElitey. You can subscribe to Shumo. His link is in the description below, and you can keep out for content for his channel. What do you normally do so people know what they're getting into?
At the moment, I just do just gameplay live streams, usually playthroughs. If I'm playing a multiplayer game with the gang, I'll stream it sometimes. And yeah, it's just really a platform for me to play more games and give it a different layer of interactivity.
Yeah. Wonderful. Sensational. But yeah, if any of you want to see anything different from the channel, like I said, also leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, and we will see you in the next one. By the time this video potentially comes out, I will be streaming Paladins actually on the 12th of September in the evening. This depends if it manages to go out today. Hopefully it will. If not, it'll be the 13th, and I will be streaming anyway. So make sure if you want to, hit that little bell icon, keep you notified on when I upload. And that is about it. Is there anything you want to tell people? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
Alright,
subscribe and donate.
Subscribe and donate. But yeah, it's been your boy Sleep, and I'm out.